He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Eyeball doctor, you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, magic from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, magic from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. TG from Kilmarnock Town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And that's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Just for fun, we'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good evening folks, welcome back to VP4TV, and tonight we do have a match on. I'm going to tell you something in a minute. I'm going to get my phone and I'll tell you how this conversation went earlier on today. If you remember last night we were here for the match between Larry and Popman, or Thunder Bluster as we call him, but his name's Popman. I sent a message to Popman about half an hour before the match was due to start, by way of a reminder to him, and got no reply, not a single reply from him. So I'm going to get my phone and I'm going to read the message that I got at 3:15 this afternoon. That's when he sent a reply. If I can remember where the hell it was. Hang on a minute. And I said to him yesterday at 20 minutes to 7 last night, 20 minutes before the match started, I said, are you going to show up tonight? No reply. Then at 3 minutes past 3 this afternoon, he says, yes, Hugh, is it 6 or 7 o'clock? Right? So this is a guy who's agreed to a time for a match, and he doesn't know what bloody day it is, for a start. So he's replied to a message that I sent him 24 hours earlier, and he says, oh yes, I'm going to show up. Is it 6 or 7 o'clock? I says, your match was last night at 7 p.m, numpty. That's why I messaged you. And then he says, shit, can we not arrange for today? Others do it. Larry's fair, Steve is okay, and that was the end of that conversation. So Popman can't even be bothered to look at the bloody schedule, even though he's accepted it. And then he wonders why he's not making it to these tournaments. I mean, he hasn't got a bloody clue. I don't know whether his mind's on other things. I'll give him that sort of benefit of the doubt. But I mean, come on, if you agree to a time, you should at least know when it is and show up for the damn thing. But anyway, more important matters. We've got a match tonight between Brainfellout and Powerslam1973. The clue for his date of birth will probably be that time. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. Welcome to Cobra. Let's see if I can get this chat thing working. Now, we had a match last night that Slim covered, which I think was starting roughly the same time as the one I was supposed to be doing. And it was a bloodbath, as I predicted. It was it Whiskey? Who the hell was it again? It was Semi-Pro. And I can't see it I can't see it in the bracket. I'm looking at it, but I can't see it. Ah, there it is. So Semi-Pro won that match against Whiskey 11-0. And according to Matt, I think Semi-Pro only had one run out, which is not that great. Considering that's his sort of main game, I would suggest. But anyway, he's through. We've got... What time is it? We're just knocking on the door of the 7 o'clock. We've got this match tonight, and we've got... In fact, I'll show the other ones. We've got this match tonight. We've also got Christian against Tommy at 8:30. I would suggest that Tommy should be the strong favourite for that one. We've also then got DJ Simon and Cheeky Chico on Tuesday at 7 p.m. and I should be around for that because that's the start of my days off. So let's just get ready for this room going up. In fact, speak of the devil, it's up now. No signs of life from Brainfellout. He's been in the chat, but he hasn't been saying anything. Let me just, do you want me to change that cloth back to blue, seeing as it's red and yellow balls? Welcome to Darren Red Star RC team. What do you reckon? Do you want me to leave it at that, or do you want me to change it back to default? Just go to miscellaneous. What the hell is default on this? What's default on this? It's green, isn't it? I think it's default. It's green. Right, there we go. So, yeah, I mean, I do prefer that chat. That on-screen chat is far better looking than what it used to be with Restream. It's working, but the alerts don't seem to work properly. I don't know that I've got them set up right. Now, a bit concerning that Brainfellout isn't in the room. In fact, hang on a minute. We might not have a bloody match on here. Right, well, I've messaged him. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil, and he's arrived. So here we are. We've got a race to 11 now. Is this a second round match or a first round match? I have not got a clue whether it's... no, that Christian Tommy one's a first round match. And this one is a first round match. So Brainfellout's won the lag. And no, I don't think, have I seen Powerslam play anything? Does he play more snooker than anything else, Powerslam? I'm not 100% sure. Well, you know what the talk is all about in this game. It's the weight of the cue ball in comparison to what you're used to when you're playing 9-ball. This cue ball will roll on. You've got to get the touch of it fairly quickly. So we've got one problem, yellow, which if he was actually better on that yellow there, well, it doesn't go because it's blocked with the 8-ball into the side. And he's nudged the red, which has made the yellow. Well, I don't think you could make it much worse than what it was. Well done to Mark Williams last night. I had to go to bed. I didn't get to see the end of that match against Xiao Bing Tong or whatever his name was. And that Chinese boy did well during the tournament. He was 3-0 down to Ronnie O'Sullivan and then he beats him 4-3. But good to see Mark Williams at 49 still winning big tournaments. So Brainfellout now has the table at his mercy because all of these balls go provided you do them in the right order. Now the obvious issue is that red next to the yellow in the middle of the table. There is a way to get there, and that is it. That was well done. Now the question is whether he leaves the one up in the short rail up top and takes this one that's the problem one first of all. Because if he nips back off this, he can deal with the one up in the top rail. That's the one he should be taking. Let's have a look at this and see what the line's like. Yeah, he's got to take that one. So that's the problem dealt with. And now he's got to take the one in the short rail because, well, he could take that one and cut it back. And you've got to watch he doesn't run into this one in the short rail. I don't like the line off this red. And see, there you go, commentator's eye. He should have cut. He had to cut that red first of all. And if he'd come up to the middle of the table and bumped to yellow, he might still have had a shot. And well, he's got an extremely dodgy cut. The odds on this going in are fairly slim. I mean, it is really awkward at that angle on this table. Yeah. So, well, look where he's finished with the cue ball. Yeah, I can read that chat loud and clear on that screen rather than on my phone. I can read that perfectly okay. Nice and clear. So, Brainfellout had his chance, but I think that if he had sort of bit the bullet and took that red on the short rail first when he had that chance, when he had come back on it, he might still have been at the table. But anyway, Powerslam hasn't been able to take his opportunity. Well, he's going to get another go here, and he's really got to get the job done here because, you know, you're getting two chances at this table. You've got to get out. He's got to get a bump. Well, this is nice and gentle. Just a nice, gentle roll. Well, it's worked out okay that the second yellow has gone in. So this rack probably should have been Brainfellout's. And look at this miss by Powerslam. That's how you've got to be a bit more deliberate and not been too much in a hurry. So Brainfellout's going to get out of jail here. And Brainfellout, even though he's had a couple of attempts at this, he looks to be having slightly the better touch. I don't know whether Powerslam will settle down a bit more, but I think Brainfellout's a wee bit more comfortable looking at the moment. It's a bit early to say that, but we'll see how Powerslam goes on. So, Powerslam on the reds, and he's too straight on the one in the short rail to do any damage to the one on the right side, but he's played a draw and a bump. Now that's improved the situation, although he's not really got a pot with those two. And he can go forward here, but he's got to watch how much pace you put on this cue ball. Well, obviously the line wasn't great. Well, I don't know that that's sort of helped his situation. He might have been better to try and get that red out into the open. I don't know whether his idea was to try and sort of have it over-interfere with those two yellows, but to my mind, it would have been better getting that out in the open, because at the end of it all, you're putting the pressure on Brainfellout to get out. Obviously, the other red isn't going anywhere where it's sitting. It's blocked by the 8 ball. So, Brainfellout's strong favourite here to go 2-0. But he's bumping balls, and you know, that's a bit careless. You've got to work out a way to not do any more damage. He's now created a problem for himself by sticking his yellow over on top of the 8 ball. You played pool table for a long time, about 5 years ago. I take it you're not talking about virtual pool. I take it you're talking about a real table. Yeah, Semi-Pro is back, but he still hasn't seen sense in changing his name back. Well, Brainfellout has got to. He's got to come off that yellow and come down the table here and force Powerslam into trying to do something with these reds. Because obviously, the way the 8 ball sitting with the yellow, it's not going anywhere. So I'd be just trying to push and leave myself behind the yellow. He hasn't done it, but at least Powerslam can just drop that cue ball into that little gap there like that. And that now gives Brainfellout a straight choice. Does he want to do anything to try and improve his yellow, or does he want to mess about with the one that's out in the open? Well, that's not a bad shot. In fact, it's pretty good considering it'd be a tall order for Powerslam to try and pot that red and still have a shot in the other one in such a small gap. Well, that yellow will probably squeeze in there. Although, again, the 8 ball's no good. Well, if he'd hit that a bit harder, although I don't think it really matters that much. I mean, he needs to take that red and drop. Can you drop right into the rail and still pot that red? What am I talking about? He's on the yellows. My bad. I was forgetting it was Brainfellout at the table. Well, there's a problem you've always got with the 8 ball still messing about in that corner. He's got to call the cross bank. Well, he doesn't need to call in this game, don't you know? That's right, because it's slot counts in this game. Well, I don't know that was the best shot that Powerslam's ever going to play, because if that was me, I would have been maybe trying to hook Brainfellout on that 8 ball there. I think Powerslam just needs to sort of pay a wee bit more attention to the shot he's playing. Just a wee bit too casual. But he should be out here. He's got to hit this. But you see how you hit it too hard. The cue ball just gets away on you. So a blind pocket cut. Yeah. And this is why I think Brainfellout is going to be the favourite from what I've seen so far. I don't think Powerslam's all that familiar with this table. I think Brainfellout's a bit more familiar, although most players don't play this game. But I think Brainfellout is more suited to it though. Now, what have I missed? Well, a couple of balls have gone in the break, a red and a yellow, and the table remains open. Now, the problem is where the cue ball's stuck. He's not got a great deal of choices. Well, he managed to play the little combo, and that's sitting pretty good now. Now, he should be out here. He most certainly should be out. Everything's wide open. He's left himself too straight immediately on this red. He's going to have to jack up a wee bit unless he's going to go forward. You see, again, the cue ball's just got away from him. He's trying to, I'm pretty certain he was trying to play that red there, and he's getting into it too much. But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. Now, it all looks easy because the 8 balls get, 2 or 3 pockets it'll go into. And when it all looks easy, that's when mistakes can happen. You've got to get the right shape onto this 8 ball. This could go wrong because there's too much traffic in that left-hand side of the table here. And this could easily go wrong. He's looking to find a gap here to leave this 8 ball into this corner, and he could end up hooking himself here. Well, he's got lucky. He's got a little brush, and he's got a straight in 8 ball for a 3-0 lead. So Powerslam needs to settle down and maybe focus a wee bit harder. Now, again, this is not a great table. You've got the 2 reds on the right side, yellow tied up there. So the table is still open. Powerslam's missed the yellow. And I don't know whether Brainfellout wants to take yellows. I think, to be honest with you, I don't think he's got much choice because, well, he can pot a red. He can pot that one, but he's got those 2 reds tied up with the yellow on the far side. So there's a bit of bumping needing done here either way. Whatever he decides on. The one benefit of taking that yellow there, well, he's played the red onto the yellow. I don't know that that was the best move, because if that was me, I would have left that yellow there, potted this yellow, and then used that yellow to break out the 2 reds and the yellow in the rail there. So I think he's missed an opportunity there. He's trying it this time, but you see that was not the best angle. And he didn't have enough weight in it, so I think he missed a shot off the bat there. If he'd left the yellow where it was, didn't play the combo, he could have broke those out. So now he's going to struggle because there's nothing adjacent to that now to get it out. So the mistake was made on his first shot in this visit. Missed a great opportunity to get that breakout. Either that or he didn't see it, but he went about it the wrong way, and it's going to delay his chances of winning this rack. Powerslam now should be focused because he's now 3-0 down. So he needs to get himself into this, or this is going to end up a bloodbath as well. Oh, good evening to Wit. Well, Brainfellout's at least done one thing. He's got one problem yellow out the way, and Powerslam, the obvious thing he doesn't want to do at the moment is move that red where it is on the left-hand rail. this red that's next to the 8 ball, he should be pushing that down towards this corner pocket, because then the cue ball opens out into the table here. If he pots that, see, he's going about this the wrong way. You've got to pot that one, or at least get it down over the hole. The cue ball comes out to here, and you've got a couple of choices. You see, now he's created another problem. See, this is a player who isn't seeing the way out. I can tell that straight away. He's not seeing the opportunity for the way out there, and that was a shot, because that red went into this corner, and if it doesn't go in, it's going to be in or over the pocket. The cue ball was going to be out in the middle of the table, where he could have took the problem red there, or the blocking red, or he could have took that red of the two reds that were there. So there's where a player is making wrong shot choices in how to get out on this table, or how to deal with a situation, and he's going to get found out because of it. Okay, the two reds are causing a problem for Brainfellout, but I think Powerslam is showing that he's definitely not familiar with the strategy side of this game. You know, sometimes it's about, you know, you've got to better the position of your balls on the table. But I think he had a great opportunity there. Had he got that red next to the 8 ball, he had a great opportunity to get out, but clearly didn't see it, or wasn't brave enough to go ahead for it, or confident enough. And so Brainfellout, I don't know what he tried there, but he's gifted an opportunity here for Powerslam to get off the mark. Again, that was a bit sloppy. You know, he's got a bailout into the right side, but it's just a bit untidy and a bit sloppy. Now he's out of shape again. He's got to get into the table for this red. And this is this cue ball catching a player out. You know, you just have no idea where this cue ball is ending up, because of how it wants to get away from you each time you play it. You're so used to hitting a heavier ball, or the heavier physics with the 9 ball rack. And Powerslam he's got to hit some of this rail first, and that's worked out nicely. And now he's got to kick this in, because I don't think he can thin cut it in. Or can he? He might be able to. He's got to just wafer thin this. Yeah, it had to be thinner than that. Well, that'll be some shot to drop that 8 ball in. Well, I mean, the yellow will go in past the 8 ball. But I can't see where that 8 ball is in the jaw. Well, if you look at it there, that is tight. Good luck getting that in. Oh, it is really, really tight. This has just got to be brushed, and even that shelf is not shallow enough for that 8 ball to drop in, I don't think. Oh, yes, it is. My eyes didn't judge that very well. Was playing bat ball earlier on very tight pockets. All I can say is, right, well, whose idea was it for setting that up in very tight pockets? Was it the first round last time that Zangetsu played Stubb, or was it a second round match? I couldn't be bothered looking. Right, well, Brainfellout's in a comfortable position here, 4 racks to 0 up. Powerslam, I don't know what the angle is on this red into the side pocket, but in fact he's not even taking that one. if he's going to try and get out, he's got to deal with the situation down here at the bottom end of the table. Seems in a bit of a hurry to get shots over. You've got to do a wee bit of thinking here to, you know, put your mind at work to work out a way to take these balls to try and deal with a situation. That is always your objective in bettering the table for yourself or making it worse for your opponent if it needs be. But Brainfellout's under no pressure right now. Powerslam again trying to thin the red in. Well, that was actually not a bad move until it hit that knuckle in the side pocket there, because he was heading towards the short side of that red. I'm pretty certain the red goes. Yes, it does. So now Brainfellout has committed the cardinal sin there with a light cue ball. He's again just not giving it attention. And that was a numpty mistake there by Brainfellout. And Powerslam has hit that far too hard. See, this is just a bit sloppy, this. Now this needs to be gentle. This cue ball is going to come out into the table in between those two yellows. And he's hit that far too hard. You've got to give it a chance to go in. Well, the thing is, I don't know that Powerslam's aware of it, but he's got two extensions. Each player's got two extensions. I don't know that. I think it's maybe, what is it, a 30-second shot clock and a couple of 15 extensions or something like that they've got. But Powerslam's just in too much a hurry to get the shot over with. And there's another sloppy mistake by Brainfellout. If Powerslam's going to get back into this, he's going to get back into it from Brainfellout messing about here. Now this is just a gentle roll. A nice gentle roll, and it will go in. He's sent that to the rail way too soon. So there's obviously an unfamiliarity with the line and the angles in this table. And Brainfellout now has the first objective should be trying to get behind this yellow down here in the short rail. Maybe the angle wasn't good, but he's going to scratch again. And eventually, after another gift, unless Powerslam follows this 8-ball in, he's going to get off the mark. So the least said about this rack, the better, because it's been a sloppy mess from both players. Yeah, it was a second round match. I thought that. Well, that cue ball was scratching there, but it stayed up. And now, I mean, this table, if you're anywhere near half decent, you're going to be out here with this table. But the problem is this cue ball again is just judging the weight of the cue ball. The cue ball will run away from you. You've got to have a much more delicate touch on it. And Powerslam's trying his best to stay at the table, but he'd already run out of shape. And now this is where you duck. I mean, he's got the yellow block in the pocket, and that's got Brainfellout thinking now how he's going to deal with this. Well, you see, here's Stubbs' problem. Stubbs' problem is, and I mean, not everybody that's watching this will have played VP3, but the VP3 physics were totally different to what VP4 is. Completely different. The cue ball used to do crazy stuff. You know, you could put loads of top spin in the cue ball, slam a ball in a short rail up top, and get that cue ball to bounce off the short rail maybe 3 or 4 times with all the top spin. And the cue ball would stay there. It would do all sorts of crazy stuff. And Stubb just plays VP4 like it was still VP3, and he hasn't. And the problem with that is he hasn't learned anything. Yes, he used to get away with a lot more in VP3, but he's had his eyes opened and been fully aware of the fact that this game is a lot more demanding on your positional play in certain games, and he's been found out far too many times, and he still won't learn. He'll always want to do it his way. I mean, when you think about it, his way has worked once for him. He's been to other finals, and he's bottled out in winning them. Particularly the 10-ball one with Vinces. And that's as close as he's came to winning a title in VP4. Well, Powerslam is going to get another gift here. 2 8-balls over the side, over the corner pockets. You can't ask for much better than that to get into the match. And now he's only trailing by 2. Right, so we're into rack number 7, and Powerslam on the yellows. And I don't think he's getting to that enough, has he? Does that yellow go into the side? Yes, he's okay. Now, again, see how the cue ball's just running away. He's got this one at the corner. You've got to hold the cue ball. Now, this needs a little. You want to try and get out into the gap here. He's got to hit the stun. See, that's a nothing shot, really. That shot that he's played right there, completely executed it the wrong way. He had to stun that in and give it a jab. And that was never the way to try and get out there. He had to get into this gap, and if he was good on one or the other, he had a choice of the yellow into the side or the yellow into the corner. So, again, he just didn't go with the correct delivery of that shot there. If he had done, he'd have been still at the table. But this is all down to not playing blackball and not getting enough practice in it either prior to the tournament, because if you get some practice on this table, you're a lot more comfortable, and Powerslam is certainly not comfortable on this table, as most players aren't, because all the rest of the time during the year they don't go near the blackball table. It's a much more delicate touch. I keep saying it. You've just got to be a lot more refined with your stroke in this game. But if you, if you immediately start playing this game and you play it like 9-ball, then you're in for a heck of a lot of pain and headaches I'll tell you that right now. You've got to refine your touch. This cue ball will always get away from you if you don't learn quickly to adapt. So Brainfellout is going to redeem himself. And again, this is just a gentle dab, this, because I think this is tight and real, this 8 ball. Yeah, you see how tight they are and how these pockets won't give you anything. So there is a chance here for Powerslam. It's a slim one, but it is a chance. I think he's got to avoid a scratch, which he has done. And now this might be quite tight as well. Nope, it's off the rail now. Nice and gentle is the order of the day here. And that'll work very nicely. So here's a rack that has got away from Brainfellout, and suddenly Powerslam's back to within 1. Well, balls have gone in. Well, I don't know if you take that yellow, can you go forward with a bit of spin? I mean, I don't know that. Well, that'll work. That's at least freed up the yellow a little bit where you can get to it. Well, maybe not. It's a bit tight. It's a bit tight to get the cut in that yellow. But even if you can't pot the yellow, now, again, I don't like the fact that he's doing this, because I would have took the yellow down the rail there, that one there. I would have took that one, and then I would have tried to get the cut on that yellow and get it, you know, in or over the pocket. It's more likely it was going to be over the pocket, and leave it at that. And the table would have been strongly in my favour had I done that, or had Powerslam done it. But as it is at the moment, Powerslam's in reasonable shape here, and that shot that Brainfellout's just played has played into his hands. Now, I would be hitting this a wee bit firm, because you're going to hook yourself here if you don't do this right. And that's worked out very nice. And likewise with this shot, I'd be trying to come through the gap. See, he didn't play that right. So you've got to stun that to make sure you get through the gap and out into the open world here. But he's got out. And now, strangely enough, we're at 4 racks all. And Brainfellout's now got something to think about. And straight away he's scratched off the break. So Powerslam has his first free shot. And he's decided he's going to get rid of the red now. Because it's a free shot, he's still got an open table. He hasn't committed yet. He has now. But he's got major issues here with where he's sitting on that red. And those 2 reds in the middle of the table. Now the cue ball's going to be running loose. But he's got the thin cut. Now that just needs to slow up. And that's perfect as far as the pot goes. Now he's got to get a little jab and come down and miss the bump. And he hasn't missed the bump, but he might be able to squeeze this a wee bit. No, he didn't. He didn't play it right at all. Again, he's in too much a hurry. Power Slam, far too much in a hurry. He's not. He's not setting himself up. And Brainfellout can deal with the blocking ball if he wants by getting rid of that red. But then he's fully committed on getting out. See, this gives you an idea of Brainfellout's train of thought here. Well, I don't know what that's meant to be. I have no idea what that was about. He's just tried to make his life even more difficult by sticking a yellow next to the 8 ball. You know, why didn't he just pot the red and commit himself to getting out and open that pocket up? Because as it stands, if he makes a mistake and Power Slam can get to that red, he's got a cut in the 8 ball into the side anyway. So it's 6 and half a dozen. There was no reason to leave that red in the pocket. He could have got rid of it and opened it up. And this is tough. That yellow is tightish in the rail. He can't see enough of that yellow to pot it in the side. And he's too straight in this. He's got to jab this in and get a punch on it to get out. And that's the problem when they're tight. You know, any pace going into these pockets, they don't go in as soon as I hit jaws. And like I said, there's the scenario come to pass. He's left the red over the pocket, and it was always going to be a gift for Power Slam if Brainfellout couldn't get out. Now again, Brainfellout went about that the wrong way because he wasn't 100% committed. That red, when it was sitting there was a yellow there. And if he gets rid of the red, he doesn't have to move any of his balls or do anything. He ended up banking that yellow down table. He could have just potted it in where that red was. And, you know, from having a comfortable start, Brainfellout has now got himself in a position where he's now trailing. And he shouldn't be trailing here. He honestly shouldn't be trailing from what we've seen in the first racks, because he's gifted 2 racks with 2 8 balls to Power Slam. And he's got slightly the better touch from what I've seen, and he's not made the most of it. Because there's been wrong shot choices, in my opinion, from both players. What have I read that? What have I missed there? Potting on a free ball. Potting red even on a free ball is a foul. Who says that? Did first ever Tesco click and collect a few days back. Minimal human contact and very easy process. Impressed. Oh, the thing is, did you have any subs? You can't get rid of the red. Right, let me understand this again. You've got a free ball. You've got a free shot. You can't pot opponent's ball on a free shot in black ball. Is that right? Are you sure? You've got a free shot. Since when did that rule come in? Or has that rule always been there? Because my understanding is you get a free shot. You can pot any ball in a free shot as long as it's not the 8 ball. Well, that's news to me, that one. Right, Cobra, am I right, or is Wit talking bullshit? Because I've always thought if it's a free shot, that's exactly what it is. If you've got an opponent's ball blocking a pocket, you can get rid of the damn thing. I would tend to trust Cobra's word than yours. No disrespect to you, Wit, but I think you were talking through a hole in your head, mate. I mean, I don't play black ball, and even I've got a better idea of the rules. Oh, you don't. You never play black ball, Coldest Pillow. So I'm not gonna listen to you. I did tell you about the sub that one of our .comers did a few years ago, where the customer wanted toilet roll, and the particular toilet roll that they wanted was out of stock, and the scanner comes up with a sub. Now the scanner will come up with a sub which is a load of crap. I mean, there's no logic to it at all. So this .commer sent them tinfoil instead of toilet paper, because the toilet paper was out of stock. Now, can you imagine wiping your ass with that? But anyway, that's what they did. So anyway, we're all agreed that if you have a free shot in black ball, that free shot allows you to get rid of an opponent's ball if you want to. Oh, here he's arrived in the room. Stubbs sent me a message. Now, he keeps doing this, and I suppose I should just switch my phone. I should put my phone in flight mode when I'm at work. But at 20 to 7 this morning, while I was at work, I got a message from Stubb. How do I get into the shooter's pool lobby? He sends me a message. He says, maybe I've been banned for typing bullshit in the chat. Well, that shows you the last time he was in shooter's pool, because the chat's been disabled in shooter's pool for bloody, what, a couple of years now. Watch the cue ball. Well, this 8 ball is no gimme either. But it is off the rail, so it's just a gentle dab. And Brainfellout's got it back all square. I'm going to have a quick drink. Now, has that other match started? What time is it? Yes, it has started, or it should have if the two of them have turned up. I haven't a clue whether they have or they haven't. Who is it? Christian and... is it Cheek? Who the hell's playing? I've totally forgotten who's playing. Let me have a look now. Who the hell's playing, by the way? It was meant to be Christian and somebody, wasn't it? Oh, Christian and Tommy. And Tommy's 2-1 up at the moment, right? So they've just got started. Now, I don't know whether Slim is covering that match or not. Is Slim in VP4? No, he isn't, so Slim isn't covering it. By the way, somebody tell me how Scotland are doing. Find out how Scotland are doing against Poland. If we're only 2-0 down at half-time, I'll be quite happy. I just got my... sat down and worked out my Christmas hours this morning. So I will be up at 2 AM for 4 days in a row. I think starting on the Sunday before Christmas. It'll be Sunday. I'll be up at 2 AM. So no matter what matches are on that week, if there is any, I won't be doing any of them. Sunday, before Christmas it'll be 2 AM. I'll be up and starting work at 4 AM, finishing at noon. Monday will be the same. Tuesday will be the same. Is it 2 or 4 days? I can't remember. So I will be having early nights, even earlier than what I normally have. So any live streams that happen or any matches that are scheduled round about that time, I won't be there to do them. Right, what am I missing in the chat? Well, I got out of my bed at 2 AM, yeah. But I'll be going to bed about 7. I've done it every year for 10 years, come the Christmas week. Because that way you get in and you get the work done and you get home and you've got the rest of the day to yourself. And you're out the way of the customers, because the shop's heaving at that time of day. When it gets to like noon, they'll still be picking, while early starters like me will be home. They'll be finishing, goodness knows, well, it's scheduled to finish normally at 2 PM, but I mean, some of the picks the last few weeks have finished like 4:45 in the afternoon. And bearing in mind that all the normal .com pickers are all home by 2 o'clock, you've got what they then end up doing is dragging all the other members of staff from all the other areas in the store into .com to help with the pick and get it finished. Oh, I'm in the lobby tab here. I'm not in the room tab. But it gets crazy busy. Oh, where are we in this match? Race to 11. We've got Brainfellout in the lead by 1. He's on the yellows. He's trying to improve the situation. And, that's unlucky. I mean, he's got the yellow in the clear, but he's absolutely no shot, has he? Can he get out of there? Oh, yes, he can. But I don't think he can see enough to pot that. So there's still an issue for both players right in the middle of the top of the table there, the yellow and red. Did anybody find out the Scotland score, by the way, or am I going to have to go and bloody look myself? Nobody's told me the Scotland score. Scotland are away in Poland, and nobody can be asked telling me the score. So I'm going to have to go to BBC Sport Football. I'll do it right now, seeing as nobody else can be bothered to help me out. I'll find out for myself. Don't you bother. I'll go and find out myself. Right, where are we? We've got Croatia 0, Portugal 1, Liechtenstein 1, San Marino. Oh, Scotland's up 1-0 after 51 minutes. No wonder the English viewers didn't want to tell me that Scotland were in front. We're up 1-0. We can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory like we normally do. Oh, Northern Ireland's up 2-0 against Luxembourg away from home. Well, I'd expect them to beat them. Spain are up 1-0 against Switzerland. Right, well, that's that. That won't last long. I can't see Scotland coming out of that way. A win. That'd be a big result for us. So it would. Right, back to the stream chat. In case I miss anything. What's that about support the pensioners? I've got beef Wellington this year. Beef Wellington for what? What, for Christmas? I'll be having a steak pie. Big family size steak pie. That'll do me for 2 days. Christmas Day and Boxing Day. I've never, ever had turkey at Christmas, and I never would either. It's a flavourless bird, that's all it is, and you have to drown it and all other sort of stuff to make it actually palatable. The only time I ever have turkey is like I'm doing at the moment on my morning break. I'll have the limited edition Christmas sandwiches that come in. You've got the turkey with the cranberry sauce on it and stuffing and that sort of thing, and also sausages on it as well that we do. So that's the only time I ever have turkey on this my tea break leading up to Christmas, when we have those sandwiches in and then they disappear after the new year. Well, Brainfellout with a 6-5 lead. Cue ball's gone south, and Powerslam, well, need I say it, I mean, this table is wide open, and if I was him, I'd be dealing with that red that's over this bottom corner ASAP, because you don't want to be playing that yellow to get to the 8 ball in any shape or form. You've got to get rid of that yellow that's over this bottom corner. I don't like that as being the shot to try and get out onto the 8 ball, because you just cannot judge the cue ball. And we'll soon see if he's doing this the right way. He's already got himself in trouble. He's going to have to play the thin cut. And he's going to have to play another thin cut. But now he's going to end up hooking himself if he does that. Well, let's see how well he can judge coming out for this 8 ball, because I've said it straight away that he should have dealt with this yellow a lot sooner. Cue ball's running loose, but it's going to run good. That'll do. And we're going to be back all square unless he pushes this to the far jaw. But he's gone in. Well, this has ended up being a lot closer than I thought it was looking at the early stage of this match. Turkey is nice if cooked correctly. It doesn't matter how you cook turkey. It's just a bland meat. I mean, this is why you have to drown it in bloody all sorts of sauces and gravy and all sorts just to make it palatable. Give me a good steak pie and roast potatoes and veg, or what do you call them? Brussels sprouts, something like that. Give me that any day of the week, but especially for my Christmas dinner. Now that was a foul, because I believe that hit the 8 ball. So Brainfellout has a free shot. And now again, if you're going to be committed here, Brainfellout, you've got to get that 8 ball out into play with ball in hand here. Do you have potato croquettes? They are my favourite part. Do I make any of my... No, I don't. I go into the local butcher and order one. So the steak pie's already pre-cooked when you get it from our butcher up here. And then I just go in and order the big family one. That does me 2 portions. I have one on Christmas Day, one on Boxing Day, because I'm a greedy bastard. And I have... I split the pastry on top, the puff pastry, I split it into 4, and I have 2 on the Christmas Day and then the 2 on Boxing Day with the meat underneath it. And I'll have either boiled potatoes or roast potatoes and some sort of veg, probably Tesco's finest, what do you call it? Tesco's Finest to do that tub of, what do you call that, bacon. And they also have it with sprouts and something else in it. I can't remember. Is it spinach? I'll have that. And I'll also have, for my dessert, I will have one of the big Tesco chocolate trifles. Half of that does me in Boxing Day, and then the remaining half does me in, half on Christmas Day and half on Boxing Day. That will be my dessert. I won't be having any bloody Christmas pudding or any stuff like that. Usually, and I won't be able to do it this year, but usually, because we don't work on Christmas Eve and in fact, Christmas Eve is Tuesday, isn't it? Well, if the bakers usually open Christmas Eve if it's a working week, so I'm normally up at 6 o'clock on the Christmas Eve, and I'm down at the butcher's. The butcher's is open at that time of the morning because that's when people go in and collect their pies. So I normally do that. I'm normally first in the door and I collect the pie, and then that's the important part done. That's the grub sorted out. Right. Well, delicate little dab on this red. Cue ball's going to open out. 8 ball into the side to follow. You don't want it to open out that far. That's a really sloppy, careless shot there by Brainfellout. I mean, that's terrible. That is so poorly played. And far too heavy again because the cue ball just ran away. It's just a gentle dab. The cue ball will take care of itself. And talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Well, I hope you're watching this coldest pillow, because you've got to realise this cue ball will run away from you because you're hitting them far too heavy. The cue ball will do a lot more than you think. And you'll end up doing stupid stuff like that as well. So this has just become a bit of a farce. So ball in hand, all you do is roll this up. You roll it dead weight with a free shot. Well, how would you think that Brainfellout was going to end up coming out of that rack winning it after doing what he's just done? I mean, well, I'll stick my neck in the line here and say that neither of these two guys are going to win this tournament. They're not going to come close to it because they don't have the touch. I mean, Brainfellout to me has the better touch, but when you see him doing something stupid like that, cutting that 8 ball into the side and then scratching top right, you begin to have your doubts. Power slam here is, well, again, you know, you line that up a bit better on the combo, and you at least push your yellow ball down towards the pocket. You know, he's not even, there's a lot of stuff you can do to help yourself here. You know, that's a sort of nothing shot that he's just played there. Now, let's see if Brainfellout, well, I think he was more focused on getting a hit than actually getting a pot. He was trying to free up the red there, but he forgot to pot his red. Now, this could be a two-way shot here. If you're fully committed to cut that yellow and get the cue ball down here, that's a great shot. That's the best shot of the night that we've just seen there as far as getting down onto this problem yellow's concerned. Well, that yellow will cut. As thin as it looks, it will cut. No idea where the cue ball's finishing. And that's very well done. But unfortunately, he's got no shot. Tried the bank. So now the strong favourite here is Brainfellout to win this rack. And he's immediately got an issue where he has to get to this red. Either whether he's going to go below it on the short side at top end, which I don't believe that would be the way to do it. He's got to get there, and he can do that right now. Just drop that in and deal with that red. And you'll know how committed he is to getting the job done if he takes that red. Because that's the one he really has to get rid of. Because if you start bottling out and playing the right shot, then you're never going to get there. So now it's all there for the taking. Now that one into the middle, if he goes forward and out, right out into the table. Well, that's not to me, that's not a great shot. Okay, he doesn't have to do anything, but if that was me, I'd be out into the table. Because you're guaranteed to be half decent on either of these two reds. But he's got there. And see, that's not ideal. Again, if he'd done it my way, he'd had that first choice to get there. But he's going to do it, so we'll let him off the hook in this one. So I think this is the first time Brainfellout has had a 2-rack gap since very early on in this match. We'll have a quick look and see how things are going. What have we got here? Right, well, it looks like Tommy's going to settle down here and get the win. A comfortable win, as I thought. He's already 6-2 up against Christian. And meanwhile, Brainfellout on the reds. And once again, this is a table where he should be out. And that's as good as he's going to finish on that red, I think. So if you just play a little dab in this red and come back, you're fine. If you get into this spot here, you've got a choice of either the thin cut, the straight pot, the pot into the side. See, now he's running loose. He's gone about this entirely the wrong way. And that is just not it. Not the way I would have done that. And I'm sure most of the people watching could have found out a better way to do this, but this isn't it. This is just running around with the cue ball and not really playing deliberate shots here. To me, the shot to play was that one. That you were sitting there on that red, play the little dab and come back, and you had the red into the side. You had that red into the corner, that cut into the corner. He's going to probably get away with this, by the way. But strange things that players do to make their life difficult when it's all sort of laid out for them in the table. They just have to get their head together and do it right. See, this is going to be no good. Well, it's a big shot, but if you can get the cut and get the pace and come up here, maybe bump the yellow, you never know. Well, he hasn't hit it. He hasn't hit it. Is he going to get there? He's given himself half a chance, but it's at least going to be in or over the pocket, and it's off the rail far enough to give it a chance. Well, he's actually ended up double hitting that. He hit it the way up and he hit it in the way back. But it's not bad, because now it's asked the question of Powerslam. Now, Powerslam's got to use the head here. He's got 3 balls down this side. He's had a bump to open them up. But if he gets in any trouble here, he can put Brainfellout in trouble. Well, this is now a big rack if you're Power Slam, because if you don't get this, you're going to be 3 behind and you're running out of rack. So he's got to keep himself focused. And this cue ball's going to leak away if he doesn't hold it. And he's held it. And now I'm not sure what he played for there, whether he has played for this one to the right of the 8 ball, because again, this cue ball's going to leak away. He's got to hit this right. And he's managed to get the touch a bit better. Now, this is the one that will go wrong, because you've got to give this a little nip. And that'll do it. So well done to Power Slam. Under pressure, and he's found his way out. There's nothing like the scoreboard to give you the focus, because he realised the gravity of the situation there. He had to get the job done to stay in touch, or it could have been a big 3-rap deficit there. Turkey crowns the breast, isn't it? That's the breast of the turkey. See, I think that the better meat on a chicken is the leg, not the breast. So it is. The breast is always dry. The legs are always juicier. And likewise for a turkey as well, I would assume. Well, this match started, what time did it start? 8 o'clock. So we're now an hour and 12 minutes into it. Getting towards the business end. And it's still anybody's match, but who wants it more? So here's Brainfellout in a situation with a puzzle. Now, the puzzle is that red between the yellow and the 8 ball. How do you deal with that red? And is there any way to try and deal with it sooner? Well, he's played the cut onto the other red to try and free up this red with a bump. Well, I don't think it's really done that much good. Now, this needs a delicate touch as well. Now, he can have... He can fire this in with top and left and try and come around and down and maybe get another bump. He's always got the bailout ball. Well, he would at least did one attempt to try and improve this situation here. He's refused that. And now all his eggs are in one basket. This is, again, very touchy. I think you've got to drag a fair bit of pace off this. See how that cue ball just fit? Oh, that's worked out perfect. Well, that's landed absolutely plumb. So now you've got to get out into the table, or if you can hold the cue ball, play this 8 ball long into this bottom left-hand corner pocket. What's the angle like? It's not bad. I think you could end up playing this in here. Yeah. So that's well done to Brainfellout for at least holding himself together to get a vital rack again. He's now opened the gap back to 2. And he only needs to... But certainly in defence of these players, and this is in the defence of a lot of other players in the tournament, it's the fact they don't play black ball. I mean, they can pop balls. It's just the fact they don't play it and they don't spend enough time playing it, so they don't have that familiarity with it and that touch. And that's why they're doing some stupid stuff, as everybody would do when you don't play this game, because this is completely alien to the familiar stuff on playing 9-ball and 10-ball and all of that stuff. You're in a completely alien environment. The table's totally different. The physics are different. The cue ball's different. You're not playing with a pool cue, you're playing with a snooker cue. Everything about it is different. And it's the ones that adapt to it, and it tends to be all the better players adapt to it better than most. Even though the better players don't play this game either. Well, Brainfellout has a chance here, albeit a slim one, to try and get himself to the hill. Well, that is not a bad move. He's got the yellow free, he's got a shot. Now this needs a little dab again. It just needs a little dab, or you can leak behind the 8-ball here. And you can finish. Well, he's decided to try and run out into the table. I don't know whether that was the best move in the world, but he's got a shot in the yellow. Now you've got to stop the cue ball here and play the cut in the 8-ball, haven't you? That'll do it. So again, in or over the pocket for the 8-ball, and he's odds-on favourite to be on the hill. And that'll do nicely. So Brainfellout is coming good at the right time. And now Powerslam. His chances are fading fast here. He's 3 down with a possible 4 to play. And he needs to win all of them. Poland have scored. Well, I knew that. I knew that was too good to be true, that Scotland were going to hold out to get a win. But it's always the same. Scotland are probably the best team at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. There must be, what, about 70-odd minutes played now. Scotland scored in about the 51st minute, so there'll be about 70-odd minutes played now. And now it'll be just about holding out to get a draw. Powerslam on the yellows. Now that actual shot he's played there has freed everything up. Now again, he's the wrong side of the yellow. And that's now made things more awkward. Bumping the other yellow, and now he's not got a shot. He's got no shot. Now, does that yellow go in off the jaw? I think it does. Well, he's trying to play the little combo. Maybe it'd have been better to have another look at that yellow as it was. That, I think, would have went in off the jaw possibly, but it was tight. So the one good thing for Powerslam is that yellow ball at least blocks the path for the 8-ball into that top right-hand corner. The only downside is the fact that there's 2 yellows here that allow you access to get to that 8-ball, whatever happens. Brainfellout trying to improve his reds. He's got them open. He hasn't finished good though. Well, if I'm Brainfellout, I'm just dabbing that red on the rail there and finishing there. That's what I'm doing. I mean, that's what he should be doing. That's the easiest safety in the world. A little dab and just hit the rail and finish behind the red like that. And he's finally seen it. I mean, okay, he's not blocked the hit in the yellow, but he's not potting the yellow, that's for certain. And that's got Brainfellout odds on to get out here now. Well, Powerslam's at least seen the sense and not just giving this yellow a bang. He's tried to keep the yellow there or thereabouts to create an issue with the 8 ball, which was the right thing to do. Now again, Brainfellout has an opportunity for a safe here, and that's what he's trying to do. And he's hit the rail after he hit the red. And this is, I mean, he's not got the snooker, which he'd be lucky if he had got the snooker. But you see now, Powerslam is just dabbing at his yellow balls, and he's not. He should have been trying to pot that yellow into the side there and at least trying to get out, because he's going to lose the match because of that there. He should have, you know, when you're at the point of no return and you've got that opportunity to get rid of that, yeah, he had to go for it and he didn't do it. And he's going to lose it because of that, unless this yellow and 8 ball can come to his rescue and give him another shot. But if Brainfellout can get the hit here, he could bump this 8 ball free. He's gone behind it though. No, he might not have a shot at all here. Where, yeah, he can just see his red. And that's very nasty. That has, well, first of all, Powerslam has to hit a yellow and he hasn't. So now, Brainfellout can now open up that 8 ball. Well, the problem with opening up the 8 ball right now is the fact that these 2 balls are lined outward. That's the problem. You would like to normally just free that up as it is and then have a shot, but if you just bump the yellow out of the way to free the 8 ball, you don't have a shot in any of these 2 reds. So it isn't quite cut and dried yet. Well, thankfully for Brainfellout's sake, he didn't get the breakout in the 8 ball. He's still got that lifeline. Oh no, that was Powerslam, was it? I'm definitely going to bed now. I'm definitely going downhill, guys. Well, the only certainty here is that he can hit the edge of the red and it's going to push towards the 8 ball. That's the only certainty. Well, he got it really thin. Well, that's now asked the question of Powerslam. He's freed up the 8 ball for you. You've got your 4 yellows to clear and try and stay alive in this match. Oh, he's going to have to play the combo. Oh no, he doesn't. He can thin cut that, but now he's got to still leave a shot in this yellow. Watch the cue ball. That'll do. Oh, he's dead straight as well. Now is he going to jack up? Well, I have no clue what he was thinking there. Watch all pockets. Well, that's what he was thinking, but I don't think he's quite got the snooker. Now, Brainfellout could be fully committed to the cross double here on this red and just go hell for leather for it. I think he's got to. If this was me, I'm having a go at it, but he's trying to keep the cue ball tight to the rail. That'll work. He's being patient. He's not doing anything rash. I would have had a blast at that, though, because you might never get another opportunity like that. Right. That result has just come through. Tommy won comfortably as predicted, 11 racks to 3. And that's a match that started half an hour after this one started, so it's been and gone. Well, this is a big shot now for Brainfellout. That's awful tight to drop that into the side. See, as soon as you hit any of them, they're not going in. If you hit any of those there, they don't go in. So, it ain't over yet. And the one thing about this is at least 3 of the racks, if not more, have all been just pot the 8 ball to win the rack per power slam. So Brainfellout breaking for the match. He's had a good break. And again, if you're any reasonable player at this game, you're running out here. Without a shadow of a doubt. Right, so now it's a gentle dab. Just get out into that gap. Well, again, I don't know whether he needed to hit that as hard. He's now finished really awkward. He's really awkward with no shot other than a very thin cut past that yellow. How quickly can you get yourself into bad shape? Well, Brainfellout has just shown you can do it straight off the bat. Well, at least he's improved the position of the red, and he's left Powerslam sitting quite awkward here. So every shot for Powerslam now could be his last one. It could get very interesting here. But now this again, just got to use the angle, and that's very well played. Much better touch. But he might be too straight in this, is he? Is he too straight on this yellow? Oh, he's absolutely too straight. And that's not touching the rail, but it ain't easy. Yeah, he punched it into the rail. So, Powerslam's now asked the question of Brainfellout. Can you find your way out here? Powerslam's got his yellow over the corner pocket, 8 ball right in the middle of the table, and Brainfellout has to get out. So he's got his cue ball in the most awkward position he can, straight off the bat again. Cueing right over the 8 ball. Cue ball's running onto the short rail, I think. Well, it's come out square. And it's come out really awkward. An awkward cut into the side. And the pressure's on now, Brainfellout. Because Powerslam could be breathing right down your neck in the next minute or two. Got to get the job done. Well, again, I'm not sure what the hell he tried there. He had to play the cut in the side. Well, it needs to keep rolling or it needs to stop. It's in no man's land. And it goes. Well, Powerslam trailing by 1 and breaking to take this match all the way. I think he's broke dry. He certainly has. So the tables, I mean, these balls haven't spread well at all. I am going downhill. What time is it? It's an hour and a half past my bedtime. That's what time it is. Well, obviously there is big room for improvement for these two guys, and that can be done by getting a bit of table time. That would help them immensely if they had more table time at this game. So there's certainly room for improvement for their next matches, whether that be on the winner's side or the win-loss side. If they just set some time aside just to knock some balls about in this table a bit more before their next match. So Brainfellout's plumped for the yellows. Now he's got an opportunity now. Why is he not kicking that yellow into the rail and bumping the red, and the yellow might go in? I mean, why is he not doing that? He can do that right now. Again, he can do it. You know, just bump the yellow off the red and at least leave it over the pocket. Well, that'll work. In fact, that might win him the match here. As long as he just dabs back off that yellow to about there so he can get the cut and get it over the hole. Just a delicate little dab. Touch of a feather. Now, again, I have no clue what the hell that was. I mean, that's just pointless. And he's not got enough room. Or has he? Has he got enough room to get a kick to the rail and get any benefit out of it? I think it's too tight. Oh, if only they'd listened to the commentator. Well, the one thing he hasn't done is prevented Powerslam from having a pot. Well, I don't know that that was wise, because he's actually fouled the yellow, and that could be the end of it. Now, well, I say the end of it. This 8-ball is going nowhere fast where it's sitting. I think we're going all the way here. Every possibility. Brainfellout is going to do well to have anything other than a bank on this 8-ball. Oh no, I might stand corrected there. He's had a nice bump. He's got a cut and 8 down the rail for the match. And very well done in the end. Well, Brainfellout won out in the end. I think he could have won out a bit more comfortable, because there was some silly stuff going on. But like I said, I think more table time required. That would be the remedy to help either player. So it's still a win for Brainfellout. He has gone through. And where the hell is this thing? We'll just refresh that. And if we now look at the draw, we've got Larry And nobody has seen LS3 in the lobby, I don't think. I've not seen her, but that's who Larry's supposed to be playing next round. But I'm going to stick my neck in the block here and say Larry's going to get through this, probably, without having played 2 matches. We've got DJ Simon up against Cheeky Chico. And we've got Bankster up against Slugs. These are players that had buys from the first round. We've got Tommy now up against Matt in round 2 after Tommy's win tonight against Christian. So that should be a good tie. We've got semi-pro through to round 3. We have Spudboy, who is waiting on the winner of Zangetsu and Stubb. They've got until November the 23rd to get that match done. And we have Brainfellout, of course, has gone through, and he will now play Albinario. So Brainfellout will know where he stands when he comes up against Al, because Albi will show him what the touch is all about in this game. And finally, we've got this player, Laser, up against Coldest Pillow. I presume Coldest Pillow sent a proposal. But whether this Laser guy's going to ever show up again, I have my doubts. So that is it, folks. Well done to Brainfellout. Quick final look at the schedule. There's a 1 match, which is DJ Simon and Cheeky Chico. That's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And I should be there for that one. And I hope you can join us for it. So until we meet again, thank you for watching, guys. I'm off to bed. Poland have scored. Is that the second? No, that's still the only goal. Right, anyway, I'll go and find out the result. So I will see you again, folks. We will bid you good night, and we will see you again soon. Take care, folks. See you later.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.